All right. Hopefully we have no delusions about what we're doing. I hope players are definitely the most consistently delusional people I meet. I never said like bad, like, oh God, like it does one thing. Yeah, it's fine. Some people like that one thing. A blink deck with the focus on life gain via the Soul Sisters. No, motherfucker. I guess. This is like, I have a theory in my brain. This is something I'm very opinionated about. There are two life gain decks in this world. There are Soul Sisters and there are life gain nukers. And Hope is a life gain nuker. So you, in my mind, why aren't we running like double my life total, Beacon of Immortality? Why am I not running like, this stuff? If we're doing this because it's funny and we wanted to make a life nuke commander like Soul Sisters, that's fine. If this is built out of some delusion that this is the best way to gain life in Magic the Gathering, I would, as it typically is, I'm a little bit more concerned because it's funny. I want to run Soul Sisters bad. So you want to run Soul Sisters and mill? That's what you want to do? Because if so, we're correct. You want Soul Sisters and you want the mill to be the payoff. Yes, I'm crazy. Okay, okay, great. So long as we understand that we're in the realm of fucking stupidness, I like this. I'm smiling about this. Okay. Yeah, hope for Burn Mill. I think I've only run 1 out of the 10 games I played with it. Bracket 3 would be the goal. I'm trying pretty explicitly to do everything I can to capitalize on the Soul Sisters. I'd rather not run things like Brewvac or spells like Maddening Cacophony. I don't love Game Changers. Okay, here's the thing about Brewvac. You run Brewvac. You don't run the other ones. Does that make sense? We better be running the Water Crystal. We need to be running the Water Crystal. Oh, wait, no, because this is one instance of life gain. This isn't like a mill for each one. I do think Brewvac is required. If we are burn milling, I think you gotta Brewvac it. You just don't put in the Maddening Cacophony combo. You put Brewvac in, you don't put the other half in. Why is Urza in the deck? I mean, Urza is just good. But I don't see how we're making a lot of artifacts. Maybe I'm missing something, though. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to go through. I'm going to make my cuts, and then we can talk about inclusions and stuff. How does that sound, everyone? Because the deck feels slow, fragile, and low-resourced. Because a good job on the Parallax Wave. People don't know about this one. Case of the Uneaten Feast. That's fine. That's also fine. These are all pretty decent cards. Maybe not Far Traveler. I think tapping Hope is a little bit hard. The Wind Crystal seems like a good fit here for flavor, but I can see why not. Yeah, I don't think I really like Wind Crystal. Yo, calm down and look at all the sub-themes. I need to calm down? The Brewvac and low power themes? I mean, that's cool, though. Is this not cool? That it, like, doubles with Delny? Because I think that's kind of awesome. Oh, I sorry, I didn't realize you need me to analyze your tags. We can look at your tags. My fault. Don't beat me to death. I normally don't look at tags on my stream. I see it was from Architect. And the answer is no. Architect doesn't copy tags over. Where is type and tag? Or is it already by categories? It is already by categories. No, it just helps for context. Okay. So we can see where we put our interaction in the interaction pile. We put our bounce in or our flicker cards in the flicker pile. And we put our ETBs here. And our Witch Enchanter isn't in the interaction pile because she's not interaction, she's an ETB. But Riptide Gearhulk isn't an ETB, it's an interaction. Like, dog, how am I supposed to glean anything? This is why I don't look at tags. Little categories multiple. I was like, okay, it's better now. It's better. I'll give you that. It's better. ETB payoff. Yeah, you can't be putting Soul Ward in a fucking ETB payoff. Yeah, I flickered my creature. I gained 1 life. Dog. That's not an ETB payoff. In like multiples, if we have 5 Soul Sisters, then it's an ETB payoff. Big plays, exactly. I'm not that big fan of a Cloud Shift, honestly, here in this situation. It's like, what ETB is worth 1 mana in this deck? Let's give it a drum roll here. Maybe Aether Channel, that's 1. Recruiters yeah, worth 1 for sure. If you're desperate, Stonehorn Dignitary is worth 1. Muldrifter is worth 1. So we have like 4 or 5 cards here that are worth 1 mana. Lauren potentially, okay, 6. It's like I would rather just have a repeatable Flicker engine or one that's more flexible that's worth more at that point. You know what I mean? Well, it also protects them though. Yes, it does. But my point is against Cloud Shift is I want a density or a commander. I want a density of ETBs or a commander with an ETB that is worth more than 1 mana. Then I'm okay with Cloud Shift. Otherwise, I'd rather just have a slightly more expensive spell that does more. Like Parting Gust, right? Parting Gust is removal and also a flicker. So if you happen to draw those ones that are worth 1 mana, they're probably also worth 2 mana. In which case, Parting Gust, but it's also Parting Gust can use early game as a removal spell. Space-Time Anomaly. I do feel like Space-Time Anomaly is a little bit like a departure from what this deck wants to do. Because this deck wants to use Soul Sisters. That's the A plot of this deck. The B plot is like, we want to pay off with Mill. So we're doing Hope for that. For me, I'm like, where's our graveyard hate, man? You are playing a dangerous game. And we don't have a single fucking Grave Hate card in our Mill deck? We're going to lose to ourselves. Okay, we have Cutsills. Uno. Scrapbot. Scrapbot Cutsills. I forgot Scrapbot isn't just a ramp card. Lion Sash in this. So what I'm thinking is we just go Rest in Peace. I'm not going to fuck around. We're going to go Rest in Peace. And I have a reason for this, so stick with me. Archaeomancer out. Instead of doing Archaeomancer flicker loops to like loop a fog repeatedly or whatever, don't get me wrong, I love a good eerie interlude ghostly flicker on a Stonehorn Dignitary. Hey, whoa, hang on! I said hear me out! We're interrupting! We're interrupting. I have the talking stick. I'm the streamer. I get it for 90% of the time. You guys get it for 10% of the time. Hang on. I'm cooking. You put Rest in Peace in. You take out Archaeomancer because it gets friendly fired. And you Pillow Fort hard. Like thermonuclear bomb level Pillow Fort. With this card. I can't remember the name of it, but I saw it and I'm like, there's going to be a deck someday that I need to put this in, so it's going in the memory bank. Web of Inertia. At the beginning of each opponent's combat phase, that player may remove a card in their graveyard from the game. If the player doesn't, can't attack you this turn. So, if we have a Rip in play, players can't attack us. And then you run Moonblessed Cleric to get both. Why are we pillow forting? We are a life gain mill deck. The game's not going fast. The game's not going fast. The game is glacial. We need as much time as possible. Ideally tutor in 2 then. So no, the joke is Recruiter of the Guard can get Moonblessed Cleric, and then Moonblessed Cleric can be flickered to get both sides of that combo. So the Moonblessed Cleric in this situation is already getting got by a lot of different cards, which makes it very consistent. Just to add it and no other Idyllic Tutor. And it's also a flicker deck, right? So the ETB is more important. Does Fate Spinner get doubled with Delny? Does it? Hang on, I think it does. Beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player chooses draw step, main phase, or combat phase. That player skips each instance of the chosen step this phase or turn. Ooh. And then that, but they can pick the same mode twice, right? They can pick the same mode twice. I choose to skip both of my combat phases. Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't work as cute as you think. Because they could make the same. So what you need to do is Mind Slaver them. And then when it triggers on their turn, you can choose 2 different modes for them. That's the synergy there. Oh, of course. So anyway, these get slightly worse. Displacer, Ghostly Flicker without the Archaeomancer, of course. Ghostway can stay, and so can Eerie Interlude. Those are just kind of protection spells. And instead we can focus on things like Hide on the Ceiling. And you can also do... I'm so mad that the combo isn't mutually exclusive with the Archaeomancer combo. Yeah, I keep in mind, you could just keep Archaeomancer and just like accept that some games you're going to get friendly fired, but I generally think it is better to maybe not do that. And I think Revelark's kind of actually in the same boat the more I think about it. But I'm fine with just leaning on Soul Herders and stuff. Like we can just lean on these. And then like also we weren't already running Hide on the Ceiling. This flickers our whole board. Exile, a morning, what is it called? Morning Tide's Light? 4 mana. Exile any number of target creatures at the beginning of the next end step. Return those cards to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. And then until your next turn, fog. So you can Morning Tide's Light there. Oh, the one with the Waterbend. Yeah, Katara's whatever the fuck. Thank you, YouTube chat. So instead of Hide on the Ceiling, because that one's kind of expensive, you can do Katara's stupid spell. Waterbender's Restoration. There you go. Exile X creatures you control. Do we do Abdel Adrian? There's something fucking stupid we can do here, right? Okay, that's like more of a combo card, I think, actually, so we don't do that. Hope only... Oh, it's at the beginning of the next upkeep? Beginning of the next end step. At the beginning of your end step, yeah. So this... So long as you gained 1 life before casting Morning Tide's Light, you'll be fine. Wait, no! This always triggers. At the beginning of your end step, I always trigger. Even if you gain 0 life, Hope will trigger. This doesn't have like an intervening if or anything. It won't? I think it does. You didn't meet the... At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X cards where X is not... No! It would be at the beginning of your end step if you gained life! If you gained life, each opponent. But there's a condition here. It's just at the beginning of your end step, Hope always triggers. Yeah, so that would be fun. All right, I think we're down to get the first playtest in. Wait, do we have Starfield Shepherd, by the way? Yeah, okay. We need to open the schools. The fucking Starfield Shepherd is... We're a Soul Sister deck. We're all 1-drops. Dog or cat? Pick now. Which one are we cutting, chat? It's going to be the dog or the cat, and it's up to you. Okay, the answer is keep dog, actually, because this is an enchantment, which technically means you can get it with Moonblessed Cleric. I don't know why you ever would do that. Like, what game state you have where you're like, I need to get my cantrip creature with this card. But you can do that. Also, dogs are, like, kind of better than cats a little bit. I'm just saying. I think I'm pretty equal on the cat-dog debate, but I think if I had a button to delete one from the world, fucking cats looks kind of tempting. I'm gonna leave it at that. Do we have both EOSes? No, Starfield Shepherd's always the first one I add, just because you can flicker cheat that one. In fact, I actually want to put Felia in this deck now that we have a Felia Exuberant Shep. So we can go Felia. I'm just trying to think about what else I would... probably Gil... she's so good, though. Maybe Gilrain. I really want to like her because she is good in a lot of different shells. I think she's just not right for this one. When does the Seriema become relevant? When we have a way to kill people with our legendaries, which we don't. We're killing people with hope. For me, Seriema is very good in my Brizella deck because I'm tutoring up both halves of Brizella with it. I'm tutoring up Elesh Norn with it, right? But this deck doesn't have like an Elesh Norn hammer play that it blows up everything, right? It's like... Sardok's kind of cool. Sheray's kind of cool. I think Sheray is worse than... I also don't like Elite Guard Mage. I'd rather be Cloudblazer, Muldrift Ring, and we're putting more tutor ETB creatures in. Like, I'd rather have Ranger of Eos as well. We can just do normal Ranger of Eos. Ranger of Eos is basically Sun Titan for... Like, it's 6 mana, get 2 things of value. It's like Grave Titan, but instead of making zombies, you make 2 Soul Sisters. That's what this card does. Has a little Convoke. If we're going to put 1 Convoke card in here, chat, 1 Convoke card, let it be Aridu. I was going to say, no, Aridu's Orzhov. Yeah, so Wand of the World Soul. Let it be Wand. Who's Ranger of Eos? I only know Ranger Captain. So I do think getting 2 creatures off 1 ETB is better than getting 1 for 1 and also being 3 mana and being a silence. I like the silence in certain decks. I don't think this is a silence deck. Adagia. Why? I guess it would be fine. But like... I don't think Adagia does enough to justify putting a white tap land in my deck that I also have to station to 15. Legendary Soul Sister. Yang Chen or Soul Sister. So we really need to open the school, guys, because this is I think, 2nd or 3rd time I've had to point out that Agadigia, Windswept Bastion is the... It copies enchantments or artifacts we control. It does not copy creatures. Please. Chat. Uneaten Feast. The Uneaten Feast is our worst Soul Sister. In fact, watch this. Out of here. Okay, this is a big issue because I feel like people see 1 enchantment or 1 artifact in a white deck, and they're like, we gotta put Adagia in. How are we crewing it? How are we crewing it? Even if we like have like a billion enchantments we want to copy, how are we crewing it? Elk Yang Chen is an enchantment. I literally... I sisters. Sisters. What sisters? What? You're just typing words in my chat. I think cleric class is a better... Oh, the life gain increaser? Now that's interesting. Like adding on like a couple of those. Like I would like cleric class the most. I think I do like cleric class better as a soul sister because this one scales with each soul sister you have. Yeah, no, that was a good idea. I've been saying this for the last 15 minutes. Sorry, I don't always read chat. Hinterland Sanctifier. I'm gonna dig you to copy that. Guys, I want to be as greedy as you. Do not get me wrong. I have joy in my heart still. It just I also see the reality of these things. I did like he said the eating feast for okay, yeah, we can run it for the incursion. We can run it for the incursion, fine. Life gain ley line? Ooh, maybe. I do think paying 4 mana for that effect is a lot worse than paying 1. Maybe Solemn out. Play test. I don't care that we don't have blue mana. We'll find it. Hope. Brago. Wow, so I can't help but notice we're going to gain 3 life. And then we're going to move to combat, and then we're going to swing Hope, or we're going to swing Brago, and we're going to flicker Charming Prince, and we're going to get another 3 life. And then we're going to mill everyone 6 cards. I want Muddle the Mixture. Okay, we have it. That can get Rest in Peace. That's good. Woof. Ancient Tomb jump scare. I'm fine with Ancient Tomb in this deck, honestly. If you open one up and you're like, I want to put it in one deck, let's put it in the Greedy Azorius deck. Make the game go by a little quicker. It's offset by all the life gain you're running. Authority of the Council. No, that gains life on opponent's turns. We only care about life gain during our turn. Do we want more sisters? Like, that's what I'm thinking about. I think we just need more 1-drop tutors. White Lily. Yeah, Liliana's really good. Whenever another creature or planeswalker enters, you gain 1 life. There's more? Yeah, there's a lot more. This one isn't out yet, but just imagine. Wizard Staff doubles Hope. Oh, like you get 2 triggers. Yeah, if we're doing like Stoneforge Mystic stuff maybe, but we're not. I'm trying to find a cut here, and it's very difficult. Okay, I am a little interested in cutting Yang Chen, I think. Yang Chen's just fine. I'm thinking about if I want Angel of Indemnity or not, because that brings back Parallax away from the graveyard. Oh, we're Rest in Peace deck. Don't worry about it. Did you toss the Angel? Yeah, Angel's already in. Oh, that's one of the best mono white cards, SMH. Thunder, you've been giving me bullshit advice all day. I don't know if I believe that it's one of the best fucking mono white cards on Earth. We can't even read half a text box. Sorry, I'm on aggro today. You know what one of the best mono white cards is? Fucking Parallax Wave. Return all humans, exile all zombies. Angel, we have a ton of humans in this deck. We have 22 humans in this deck. Dude, Parallax Wave is Legend of Yang Chen if it was good. Oh, I need to get Parallax Wave for my fucking cube. I fucking love this card. Parallax Wave is fucking awesome. And it's sometimes it's better than Winds of Abandon. I still think there are better white decks. White cards is what we're talking about. I imagine that's what you meant. I'm being pedantic. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's play Hope. Give me my rest in peace, baby. I need it. Jimmy Golgari sitting right across from me. Dink, dink. Dink, dink. Oh, you don't mill. That'd make Hope good. if you could mill. Wizards didn't want to make a good card. So here we go. Check this play out. You go Recruiter the Guard. You go and grab... where are you? Witch Enchanter, and then that's our land drop. So we don't miss our land drop for turn. And then you go white, white, touch on Recruiter. You probably get Guide of Souls first, if I'm going to wager. Okay, here you go. Urza Saga, Guide, Bruvak, the Grand Willowkent. And that was 2 life gain. Each player would mill 4. And we have Rest in Peace in place, so we really, really, really don't care. Yeah, that's fair that you would want to get the Pillow Fort immediately. Or like you would want to sandbag this or something. But like honestly, milling, even if your graveyard's getting exiled, is still better than not milling. It's giving you information of what's on the bottom of your library and what you're not going to top deck in this game. People literally don't think about it like that, and it's crazy to me. But milling is telling you what's at the bottom of your library. Yeah, Halia. Trust me, Halia is one of the first things in this deck. It was already in. I'm not cutting it. It's been in. No, because you said people like their graveyard. They're going to want to, like, oh, yeah, true. If there's a Golgari player. Okay, but to be fair, the Golgari player is fucking crippled by this if they care about their graveyard. Normal graveyard decks, or like normal, like, I slightly care about the graveyard. I'll reach in sometimes. I'm a Gruul player that doesn't think about advantage. I just want my cards to be no, like, exile or mill. Like, that's true. That's, like, the most, like, commander players' brains. I'm just explaining why they're mostly wrong. But, like, okay, let me point it out like this. If you have a graveyard deck that really wants Rest in Peace removed, they're also crippled by Rest in Peace being in play. So that's a 1-2 punch of, like, yeah, they're going to focus us for the rest of the game. They're also focusing us at, like, 1/6 the power. And if you don't care about the graveyard that much where you really need to focus me over it, then you're probably just be like, cool, -1 card, Rest in Peace. I don't have that many cards that care about my graveyard. Like, you're probably not going to care about the rip, is all I mean. So it's like a 1-2 punch of funniness there. Liliana. Island. Hope. Everyone mills 1. Adventures in. Gain 2. Lorna the Third Path. Blow up your thing. Everyone mills 3. We're going to keep track of our mill with like poison counters. 1, 2, 3. Because mill's basically an infect if you think about it for more than like 5 seconds. Glacial Fortress. Gain another life when we play Spirited Companion and draw a card. and we tapped like a moron. So let's not tap like a moron. And then in this world where we didn't tap like a moron, you can waterbend X, flicker all of our creatures. They all come back on the next end step. We draw another card. We gain another 3 life. Everyone mills for 1 billion here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, 4. So we're at 7. Oh, my goodness. We're getting there. Ancient Tomb. 1, 2, 3. Ghostway. Exile everything. They all come back. That's 3 life gain. 1, 2, 3. Wand of the World Soul. Okay, so that's another 3 infect. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Why flicker? Because we have Lily on their life gain spells. Next question. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap not like an idiot. Stonehorn Dignitary. Gain a life. 1, 2, 3. Eerie Interlude. Flicker all of our creatures. We draw another card. I've been forgetting to draw cards off Spirited Companion. Okay, so. Not a huge thing, but did you see my last question? Let's see. I thought you said Legend of Yang Chen was a great card, and you and Marl's. So Alec, man, sometimes people say things hyperbolically and for jokes. That was one time. Legend of Yang Chen is a good card. It's just also like in competition for a lot of good cards here. Sometimes people be joking. We were in a heated debate about like Adagia copying enchantments, and I was like, fucking we're just cutting the good enchantment you can copy. I don't want to hear it anymore because it's funny. At the end of the day, the end list for all these streams, by the way, is like not concrete. I'm giving you a ton of ideas here, and you can take it or leave any of them. Adagia is good. Adagia is good in not this deck that doesn't have a single big creature to its name. All of our creatures are fucking 1/1s. You know what'd be good in this deck is like Collector's Cage. Not Windburst Kites because you're not attacking with your creatures, but Collector's Cage would be good in this deck. Because you also have Felly to reset it. You know what? I talked myself into it. We're putting Collector's Cage in. What's our biggest thing? Yashulta. Okay, you know what? This sucks. I'm not putting Collector's Cage in. But it is a very funny card advantage engine. You have Pride Mates you can run? Pride Mates? I guess if you really, really, really wanted to Adagia that bad, which I don't think I do. If we already were on a Pride Mates plan, then Adagia would be worth talking about. But because we're not on the Pride Mates plan, I don't want to put Pride Mates in to enable Adagia. Does that make sense? I don't really want peas. Okay, but do you know what goes really well with peas? Mashed potatoes. So put some mashed potatoes on your plate so you can add peas to this meal. I'm like, I don't want either that bad. Neither of them were part of the meal to begin with. I'm eating ice cream. Pride Baits also suck if you flicker them every turn. That's true. It'd be pretty bad. It's so linchpinny on hope. The commander's 2 mana. We can play this repeatedly. You know what? Here, Mother of Runes in the Starfield Shepherd package, and then we can also maybe even run Curious Farm Animals. That's also your Torpor Orb answer, by the way. And then you can run Giver. Ocelot Pride. Yeah. It is probably worth running Pride, isn't it? Just because this is 2 creatures that ETB. It's pretty decent. And then late game, it's... no, actually, we don't make enough tokens for that to be relevant, I think. I'm going to lock it in. We don't make enough tokens. In Modern, Guide Pride is insane. It's broken, of course, all by itself. Here in Commander, I think we need a little bit more movement. We need a little bit more movement. Anyway, we have 3 cuts to make now. Okay, I think Ranger Captain of Eos is out. Wait, did I just not put... No, I did put Ranger of Eos in. I think Ranger Captain of Eos, my issue is I don't really particularly care about the silence effect. I'm not like a combo deck or anything. I'm incremental value. And then it's also 3 mana, which is more than the 2 mana of Starfield Shepherd, more than the 4 mana rate, which is 2 for each. Mesmeric Orb. Mesmeric Orb feels like it's just too different from what the rest of the deck is trying to achieve. What I would put in before Mesmeric Orb is like Riot Control. And even then, I'm not entirely sure if I want Riot Control in this deck that wants to focus on the Soul Sisters, right? This feels like too much like a life gain nuke card and not really like a life gain, like synergizes with Soul Sisters card. You know what I mean? That's just my thought process. It's still fine in the deck, of course. Displacer getting. Yeah, Kidwin would be really... No, Kidwin would suck. We have 44 creatures. We don't have a lot of non-creatures. Displacer getting is great when you have a bunch of cantrips, of which we do not have. Our cantrips are creatures. Riot Control is so funny. I might just make a Hope deck. Yeah, like, normal way to build a Hope deck, in my opinion, is like you do like Riot Control, the one that's like gain 2 life for each creature on the battlefield. That's 4 mana. And you just like basically get a bunch of extra traumatizes. Thassa Deep Dwelling. Thassa's already in. Oh, wait, was that person earlier suggesting that we put the angel that returns all humans in? Because if so, that's awesome, and I want it in now. You know what? I would like it more if we could mill ourselves with hope, but we can't. And also, rest in peace is a little bit clunky with that too, huh? So, are there counter spells that gain you life? Yeah, there's absorb and stuff, but we, once again, incorrect thought alert. We only care about life gain on our turn. So, like, absorb 3 mana, you want to hold that up for an opponent's turn? Hope's not going to see it. We're doing that for nothing. One thing I learned today is that there's a mana rock that grants Convoke. Yeah, Wand of the World Soul is awesome. Would you play a game that lets you guess which of your chatters said what thing in Twitch chat? Guys, I'm going to be real. I don't even read your names most of the time. You guys are a fucking wall of words to me. It's awful, too, because my friend will come in here and tell me names and tell me, like just type, like, have you considered Dimir Operative here? And it's just not a real card. So I'll look up, like, because it'll suggest names that are, like, slightly plausible. And I won't read their names, so I'll be really confused and be like, oh, shit, it's you. It catches me every time. You guys are a chat army, exactly. Oh, it's you, exactly. I mean, hang on, I guess. Yeah, all of our fuckers small. I guess. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, don't it? I was just also think, isn't there a toughness one? That one is worse, I guess. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, cool. That's cool. 3 or greater, sure, yeah. Avatar's Wrath. Okay, you're starting to lose me with the maybe not, actually. I think Avatar's Wrath is a little too slow, though. It's cool to pick up all your creatures, but... I think Momentary Blink's too expensive, even though it is a 2-for-1. Avatar's Wrath is sick. Is it sick in this deck where I don't have like one big thing that I want to keep at any point, and I have to pay 2 mana for my 1-drops? Yeah, I think, you know, and that's where I'm a little bit sad. Lae'zel's Acrobatics. That could be fine. It's just we'd have to do it during our turn, which feels a little weird for a 4 mana card that doesn't really contribute to the board. I think I'm just like really like nauseous at the idea of casting that card at instant speed, or not at instant speed. You know what I mean? It feels like missed value, and it breaks my little heart. It's probably fine though. Ranger of Eos! Even if you're lying, say that you love me. Even if You're lying. Starfield Shepherd. Plains. White. Guide. Lily. Draw a card off Enduring Innocence. Okay, actually, we should have probably not done this so soon, because we did draw Plains. But anyway, we'd probably just get a third Soul Sister here. Plains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thassa, Deep Dwelling. White 1. I guess we flicker on end step. Flicker Ranger Vios. Gain another 2 life, and then Hope trigger. And then you go 1 white, touch the Spirit Realm on a 2-drop. I guess you do that. Yeah, you do that before your end step. So you do that on like Guide. Or Hope. And then you draw a card from that from Enduring Innocence and doot. And then you have search for another 1-drop. Like here, like the getting 2 1-drops each time is insane. Oh, we have fucking Planar Guide. You're a badass, dude. You already know her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exile Planar Guide. Flicker our whole board. This is... If we got another Soul Sister here instead of Mom, this is a thermonuclear mill bomb, which these sickos love. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, so it's 25, right? No, it's 15. My fault. 15 mil. Or no, and then you Thassa Deep Dwelling, you gain another 3, so it's 18, and then 1 more, so it's actually 23, right? It'd be 23 because you play the first... No. These aren't all Soul Sisters. I see. Okay, so you would gain 2. It'd be 20. Because this is 5. This is 5. This is 5. And then this entered. That's +2. And then you have a Thassa trigger. That's +3. Yeah, so it's 20. 20 mil this turn, which is cool. And this tree just fucking... And then you get a food token? That's so cool! Okay, I'm like low-key feeling up this deck right now. This shit's fire. Good job. You made me like Hope. This is the first Hope deck I think I've ever liked looking at. Do you want something like Ascend from Avernus? No. I want to stay away from graveyard cards. Rest in peace. I'd just rather not do any graveyard synergy and just skip all friendly firing. Yeah, I have some Hopium going on here. For certain. Can I be honest? I really... With how, like... Actually, your toughnesses aren't that good. I was thinking about, like, Angelic Chorus, I think it's called. But we don't have, like, a huge toughness fucker, you know what I mean? We need more sisters. I think I agree. Mirror of Life Trapping. Oh, can we do Shadow? We don't have a lot of instants, is the only thing. But when we have the instant Shadows of the Second Sun feels so good. Scab Grounds. Do a Sand Scout thing. I don't know if I like Sand Scout all that much here. Right? We don't really need to get to 5 all that quick. And that's how Sand Scout accelerates you. It brings you to 5. Press to make copies of your sisters. That's cute. I think that's a little too cute. Like, I'd rather just have a Panharmonicon at that point. Or no. That's not correct. Because Preston would... You'd get a copy of her sister, and that's more creatures entering, which is kind of interesting. I think I like Preston more than I like Saradoc. No, I think I like Saradoc more. Why not both? Because Preston only works with the flickering. And that feels a little mid. Whereas, like, this just, like, doubles all the creatures that enter. Preston isn't, like, able. Fucking ham sandwich. Preston doesn't do... Yeah, if we put, like, Felidar Sovereign in. We're not doing that, though. That's a very different deck. Preston isn't going infinite in this deck at all. Whereas Abdel, we're 1 Fiend Hunter away. Preston, you'd have to do, like, a whole different strat. Anyway, draw. Oh my goodness, Mother of Runes. Sorry, I didn't know what that was. 1, 2, Hope. Protect Hope. And then here you go. White. No, it's so mana inefficient. No way. Ancient Tomb. 1, 2, 3. White. Soul's Attendant. Dauntless Scrapbot. Protection from your color. Swing Hope. Get another 2 life gain. If you think about it, Mother of Runes is kind of like a double Soul Sister too. Because, like, if you don't need the protection, you just go black. Swing Hope with the mono black player. I've gained 2 life. And I don't even have to have a creature enter. Anyway, exile everyone's graveyards. Huh. What do you mean, huh? What I just said made perfect sense. White. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stonehorn Dignitary. Skip your combat. Protection. Everyone mills 3 again. Next turn. Ooh, mama! I do love a good parallax wave. White. 1, 2. Ghost Wave my creatures. Everything comes back on the end step. You mill a billion. I guess in that case you want to flicker. Or you want to do this first. Combat, Hope, Swing, and then flicker everything. And then you can crack your lander. Get Island. And then here you go. Plains, Soul Warden, Island, Island 1, 2. Whoops, we do this with Plains. Oh no, we should have gotten a Plains. I was just thinking about your Schultz at the turn after. So we can't double spell here. Oh, that's so heartbreaking. Fuck the pathways, man. If this was a fast lane, we could do this. Think about it. I think your mana needs a little work. Sort USD ID equals to type land. Nimbus Maze. Although this taps for colorless before it taps for anything else. So that's a little weird. Deserted Beach. Mystic Gate. Gleaming Bastion. Seachrome Coast. Okay, that's fine. Oh, true. Ghostway doesn't work because it flickers Hope. And we've already moved to our end step by the time. Yeah, that's a very good shout out. So we cannot flicker Hope unless we're already on our end step. Then we're fine, actually. You can. We're fine. This chatter's incorrect. You go to your end step, Hope trigger on the stack, Ghostway. But then they don't come back until next end step. Yeah, you're right. No, we can't do it. We can do Eerie Interlude. Hope is fine still. Everything still works. It's just Ghostway is not the correct answer. I've surely messed that up. Okay, well, you know now. Buy the pizza next time you play Magic with your friends. Disorder in the Court? Yeah, you could just Disorder. Or I think the better actually one is Hide on the Ceiling. Hide on the Ceiling's probably better. The power ranking now is Eerie Interlude, Waterbender's Restoration, then Hide on the Ceiling's number 3. Another round. I like Another Round more. I like Another Round a lot more. I normally hate Another Round that I've literally blocked it out of my mind. But here, Another Round is actually the perfect flicker spell. Yeah, so Another Round, Morning Tide's Light, Waterbender's Restoration, I think, is on par with that one. And then Eerie Interlude's our worst one, although Eerie Interlude has the ability to be used as a protection spell on opposing turns. So if you think someone has like a Farewell or something, you can Eerie Interlude. Yorion? Yeah, Yorion's fucking insane. Yorion turns any single target flicker into a board-wide flicker. And you know what? Abdel Adrian does the same. Okay, great. But Abdel Adrian's a little slower. He does make a lot of tokens. Oh, he does make a lot of tokens, chat. Hang on, Abdel Adrian belongs on the deck, sorry. Man, it sucks that Queen of Dale's becoming the new unaffordable Esper Sentinel. Well, great news. Most decks don't need Queen of Dale. Most decks don't need to discard shit. And even then, look forward to the world where we have Liliana the Faultless to discard shit, and then you get to run all the Ranger of Eos effects to go grab her, right? Then Ocelot Pride comes back? No, because it only works with Abdel Adrian, whereas Abdel Adrian's just good card quality that works with our good cards. Like, the succeed case for Abdel Adrian is we draw him. The succeed case for Ocelot Pride is we draw it and Abdel Adrian. But if we just draw it, it sucks. You know what I mean? There's also no Felidar Resto that goes infinite. No. There's nothing that's ETB, Flicker something. Oh, no, wait. There is Charming Prince. Would Charming Prince work? Well, or Saradoc. Yeah, Saradoc, I guess. I don't know. I think Ocelot Pride's too low floor is all. There's more token producers I would add before I added the first Ocelot Pride. You know what I mean? It is nice that it's in the Starfield Shepherd package. No, because of the Ensep Charming Prince, I mean. Okay, great. So yeah, no. I want to add both of these in because these both turn single target flickers into board-wide flickers, which is really good for our deck. In fact, I think it's better than Eerie Interlude. Eerie Interlude, we're never holding it up. Hot Dog Cart? Does that just make a food token? Huh? Like, huh? I don't want to ramp from 3 to 5. Otherwise, I would put Sand Scout in first. Teferi's Time Twist. If I don't have Cloud Shift in a deck, I'm not going to put Teferi's Time Twist in. Okay, maybe no Inspiring Overseer. Although it is a little cute. I like it enough. It's like this list is starting to feel kind of tight, guys. I need help with cuts here. Maybe it is Forgotten Feast. Maybe the rest of what we've added here has made the consistency better. Maybe Airbender Essential works well with the theme, though. Maybe we go minus Thassa, minus Yasholta. Oh, Yasholta's funny because 2 end steps. Yeah, okay. Yasholta stays in. My fault, guys. Don't yell at me. How do you spell her name? I literally can't spell either half of it. It's Yishtola. Guys, I don't care. This 6-mana game object is in my deck. Oh, beautiful. Rest in peace, hand. How's Yasholta? You can don't get on me. Yishtola. Yasholta. I don't know. Every time I read it, I just read it how I read it. It's like I've never seen it before in my entire life. Every time I see the name, Yashola. Every time I see it, it's like a new name. I've already forgotten how to pronounce it last time. It's bad. Okay, Welcoming Vampire in. Saradoc, draw a card. Okay, eventually, we will, board wipe. Battle the Bywater, gain 3 life, get fucked, mill 3 cards. Next turn. Eventually, we will find. Here's Rest in Peace, by the way. By the way, all those creatures you just redeployed, fuck off. Okay, Mom. Draw a card, make a Hobbit. One, two, three, 4. Parallax Wave. Exile these 4 things and 1 thing my opponents control. Next turn, these all re-enter. I draw a card. I also make 1, 2, 3 more halflings. White, 1. Spirit Companion. Make a halfling. Draw a card. We're just not finding any Soul Sisters. Flicker this on your turn. Draw a card. Okay, there we go. Finally. 2, 3. Recruited the guard. Go and grab Soul Sister number 1. And then we finally start playing Magic on turn 9. Yeah, right. I think that's just a bad mulligan. You should probably just be mulliganing to find something that gets you a Soul Sister or is a Soul Sister. Why are you putting cards in your graveyard? It doesn't matter. I'm not going to touch my graveyard anyway. Graveyard and Exile are the same in this deck. Fucking yes, but it's still like, what do you mean? A graveyard and Exile are the same in this deck. I don't run Savins. I don't run anything that touches the graveyard. It's like, I don't care. They're all Exile. I do that same in blue-white control. People will point and go like, oh, that's an Exile. I'm like, yeah, dog, sure. I don't have anything that touches the graveyard in these decks. It's like exactly Days Undoing. And if I'm casting Days Undoing, it's because Narset's on board and you're dead. I will gain my 2 life. And play my Soul Sister. And look, we gain 3 life, so we draw a card. Woo, powerful. Whoa, synergy. So now that our opponent's graveyards are full, we do have Web of Inertia, which no longer works, which is a little awkward. But let's go here, gain a life, everyone will mill 1. Next turn, Liliana the Faultless. That is pretty fucking swag. So Lily the Faultless, gain a life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ranger of Eos, gain a life. And then we gain a life from this. So we have 4 life gain this turn. Then you swing with Brago, and then you go 1, 2, 3. Then you get 4 more life gain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get to tutor up 2 things. And then hope mills 8 here in this situation. You can flicker Brago, right? Exile any number of target. Yeah, you can flicker Brago. So actually we get 2 more. What if you have a Reanimator opponent running Pulse Mage Advocate? Then they can't do anything, right? Pulse Mage doesn't... Pulse Mage needs cards in graveyard, which are banned with Rest in Peace. What is a Soul Sister? So Soul Sisters are creatures that when thing enter, you gain a life. The reason they're named Soul Sisters is because you have Soul's Attendant and Soul Warden. These were like the first 2 that kind of did it. Whenever a creature enters, you gain 1 life. So like whenever thing enter, gain life, that is a Soul Sister. Am I banned for yapping too much? No, I still see you. Scrollship, Feldar, Guardian, Daydream. I just don't agree with any of the cards you wrote down. Daydream's like the closest one. Where I'm like, okay, maybe. But Daydream doesn't work with Muldrifter, which has me a little concerned. When we get Body Brothers, exactly. Anyway, I think this is set. I'm kind of liking how it's playing out. I think the biggest thing we added was the Ranger of Eos effects. I think the Pride Mates are Body Brothers. True. What bracket is this deck? This is a firm 2, even with Ancient Tomb. I think this is a 2. No, it's more of like a 3 of a bunch of rats, but I want to spiritually give it a 2 because it is very weak. But, you know, that's just the reality of Mill. You're purposefully shooting yourself in the foot. Oh, because White Confidant funny here? It's okay. But you'll be doing the thing you want to do most games, which is mill people in an expeditious fashion a lot more frequently than you would have been. So, thumbs up there.